Georgia, Bobby Dodd Stadium, and the home of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. The Rambling Wreck is here, and these fans have been waiting since early in the day to get this one cranked up. Today, a clash between a couple of ACC rivals in a game that could have big-time implications for the rest of the season. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the North Carolina Tar Heels. And the Tar Heels will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it out. It's locked. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets return team didn't help matters out much there. There he is, the man who makes everything go, and they believe they're going to score every time they touch it when he's on the field, Jesse.
He plays with unbelievable confidence, Reese. Always knows where to go with the football. The entire playbook is at this guy's disposal.
Yeah, which is so much fun for a coach. So much fun to play with him. A guy that can do everything. Everybody on the field is active in a weapon.
From the gun, the ground game. And the Yellow Jackets get enough for the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. He makes the connection. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. The Yellow Jackets in the hurry up. They'll run it from the gun. Nice move to pick up yardage. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34. It's third down with their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. And they fail to hook up on third down. And the Yellow Jackets will bring the punt team onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. So North Carolina's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. It's complete to the right. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying play action. Fires to the big fella. At the 35, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. He's got it on the right. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. And the Tar Heels are threatening in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Pressure coming. Blasted as he lets it go. And the ball is picked off. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18. Looking for a productive play on first down. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. They'll give it to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They try to pop a run on the draw. Danced his way through traffic. Pick up a 4 to the 19. The Yellow Jackets want to move quickly. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's going to run it. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. And the Yellow Jackets will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Slips through the line. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute it.
Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time. So bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. Those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens, but you got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. The Tar Heels are marching down the field. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, UNC! Ready to try the point after. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the field.
He's looking to throw it. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Defense, we're always trying to get some tips. You know, break on the football, get a tip, get it up in the air. Nice job by the player breaking the football and forcing the incompletion.
This time it's complete. And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st. An array of possibilities here. He'll try to pick it up on the ground. Made a defender miss. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. The Yellow Jackets want to crank the tempo.
Well, in a short yardage situation, they pull off an explosive play. And how about the blocking up front? Everybody getting a big-time push.
Yeah, and those 3rd and shorts, defense plays aggressive, loads the box. One guy misses, and it ends up being a big gain. Nice play by this offense.
Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the 1st quarter. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Defense in press coverage. using the quick game. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the back. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Pulls it in. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. Touch pass on the run.
Really good job by the defense seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Absolutely perfect.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. Fires to
hit the wrong button.
And the pass is intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Caught in the backfield. It's Gilliam. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Oh, shit,
and the Yellow Jackets racing to the line in the hurry-up. The play-action fake. Going downfield for the big play. And he's got it at the 10. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Caught in the backfield, it's Payne. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Reeled it in and just made the house call. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Line gets set, 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback strolling away from Heat.
That's a pick.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Oh, big juke to get past. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He'll start this drive firing. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
And he's off off to a good start this year. That's already his 3rd receiving touchdown. We're only 4 games into the season. I love how they line him up all over the field, and as the season goes on, they're going to keep being more and more creative with how they get this guy the ball.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close now.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. They'll run play action. Finds his tight end. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. The Tar Heels are on the move. Quarterback checking the play. Going up top on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Vick. And he makes the stop after the catch. And still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. Offense working from the pistol. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Starting to feel a little pressure. He's got it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. And the Tar Heels are threatening in the red zone. Looking for a crease to the left. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down. The Tar Heels moving quickly to the line. He wants to throw it. Now improvising. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tar Heels. On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
That makes the score. Georgia Tech 17, North Carolina 14.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the 1st half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like 2 heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got his man down the middle. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
He wants to throw. Firing to the right, complete.
Hey, Larry.
Run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Awesome body control.
Doing all right. So I had
to make sure he got his feet down in bounds.
Renee kind of tracked for like 4 days.
And if I'm the QB,
How
man,
many,
I keep throwing him the ball.
Chubb what she could have done
Fires
with
left. Makes a
that
connection.
500K and
And
above.
they are pushing the ball
She
down
did
the field. A big
4.
pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Leads me to believe, I know she did this in February also, leads me to believe that you all would have more opportunity. When you remember I first came to you, you wanted me to kind of monitor it.
On 1st down,
But what my
13-yard line.
goal would be is to get you all appointed so you could
Looking to
write
move
it.
it through the air. He wants it all. Snagged in the end zone.
The kicker, and it's not really a kicker, it's that Chubb appointments don't come easy, for one. Two, so it has to be more of an active carrier, meaning we have to focus on at least quoting it. If we don't want to, 6-7 months down the line, there's no activity on it, and then we lose it. And if we get any other high net worth carrier, say like a Cincinnati, then you're not first in line. But I do think you all have opportunity. It's just I want to be clear on what the expectation would be. It's not to knock it out of the park and do 10 a month, but we at least need activity.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quick.
It's definitely other features. Like Chubb is a hands-on carrier. They really shine when something happens. And people who know Chubb know that. Now, do they win on price sometimes? Yes, but they win on service like every time. It's basically how it works. And their coverages are different. So I'll give just an example. Say you had a client who, I'm just saying dumb things, had a hexagon-shaped knob on all their kitchen cabinets. Like, if something were to happen to it, they go get that hexagon-shaped knob. They don't just replace it in its likeness. They replace it for what it was. So it's a whole different type of experience. There was one, this is on their website, where there was a total loss, and the client had uploaded pictures and things like that of their daughter, well, the house, but their daughter's room. So what they do is they will take you home to home to pick out a rental house while your home is being built. And they had rebuilt that girl's room just like the pictures. So when she walked in, it was like being in her own bedroom. Like, the clients just, obviously they cry. So they do stuff like that, which you don't hear about with other carriers. It just is what it is. So it is a big opportunity. It does work well with the financial piece. Like, I know you would have clients that want that type of experience. But even then, like, they're just a carrier for successful people, and whatever success looks like to that individual. It's not necessarily a high influence, high net worth, which they obviously do want that, but it's more like the successful mindset type of client they want.
Can White make the connection there? Might have let him a little too much.
And the quarterback and receiver just on the same page on that last play. Timing has got to be so critical, especially when you're
so their rate increases aren't as drastic as other carriers because they underwrite so differently. So I mean, every home that's written gets personally inspected.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Yes.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to.
So there aren't as many jumps as you have when you're underwriting generally, because they get it right the first time.
And that's all that matters.
So it is a different process, because I remember I went through this with Troy in Ohio, and he thought he was going to fly through a quote like you normally do. It's just not that way. But there's premium behind it when we get it right. So the juice is kind of worth the squeeze in a sense.
And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, North Carolina. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt.
No, because here's why. Because their preliminary quote sheet is so detailed. It's as long as we do our due diligence up front, typically won't see a decline. But say you don't enter things like custom cabinets and you just put designer cabinets or cookie cutter cabinets, and then they go out. The premium could go up if we don't do our due diligence up front, but they rarely deny it because of the field underwriting piece, meaning us. It's more detailed than just running through a general quote on another carrier. And you have 4 underwriters specifically assigned to Comparion that you can call to help you through a quote and to help you underwrite.
But sometimes they lie to you. You could see the little misdirection by this offense, fooled the defense, created some space. The offense took advantage and made a huge play.
They make the stop.
So on average, which is a good question, you're looking at about once it's submitted, it can go within 24 hours, but the entire process on average is usually about 2 to 3 days. Like, meaning getting information from the client, getting it to Chubb to underwrite. Usually they will issue it and then they would inspect it most of the time within 2 weeks. But the policy's technically issued at that point, kind of like life insurance.
And couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He's going to take off.
I wouldn't say 3 times, but I'll say, like with anything, the more you use it, the easier it gets. So are you going to go through it in 7 minutes like maybe you would a Safeco quote? No, but the more she uses it, she'll get the time down. I'm not saying it's going to take an hour either, but it is a little more involved.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
No, it's you. That's the kicker, because Renee is under you in the system. So anything she finds would go to you.
It's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. And the Tar Heels will snap it on 1st and 10. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust.
Correct. So you and John could do what you all have been doing if you wanted to. I don't know how y'all work that out, but in our system, it was showing to you.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say this guy's going to be getting a helmet stripper. That's now his 2nd interception.
I'm not asking you to make it. You don't have to make a decision right now. I just wanted you to know what type of opportunity you have to have this type of carrier, and then I'll get you some stuff on them, like, because there's links and things in Comparion that I can send you. Even if you wanted to talk to an agency who writes it quite a bit, I could do that. I could connect you with someone also.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
Right, and I've talked to John several times over Chubb, and he is emphatically not going to quote it unless he's not going to get involved unless Renee gets involved, which kind of it's not how we discussed it up front, which is neither here nor there. But what will happen is I'm going to pull his appointment and then appoint you.
It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line.
Yes, because when I first got a feel for it, he told me he could write the business and that he had access to it. He never said he wouldn't do it if Renee didn't do it. So that I'll just put that on myself by not asking, but he hasn't touched it. And when I initially, when Renee did her tracking, she said we had about 25 opportunities we could have had in like a 6-week time frame.
You're going to make mistakes. You're going to be asked to do a lot,
and that just meant this was back in February, March, and that just meant homes that she had quoted at 500 or above.
You're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Put it behind you.
So the opportunities out there, and all we want to see is the attempts. Like, we won't get the attempts with John because he's not going to start the quotes.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Man, what a nice run by the QB. Great job exploding,
right,
and then smartly getting out
You all figure that out in the background. Right.
The guy at the quarterback spot that's so dynamic.
There to stop him at the 43, but he gets 5 and moves the sticks. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end.
Okay, that's fine. And like I said, I've been in talks with her. I'll get you some. I'll send you some docs, and then I'll connect you with an agent that's in writing as well.
Allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Scrambling away.
Yes.
And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Yes, I'll talk to her about it, but we can circle back also.
You're trying to find an open target. No one's open.
Okay.
Throw it away.
All right, good deal.
3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory.
Yep. I'll have a good weekend. I'll talk to you next week.
Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
Well, not down in distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here.
Snap this ball, snap this ball.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Movement here from the tight end. They'll try the run. And they'll finally make the tackle at the 3-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
Touchdown, UNC! They move on top here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem.
Georgia Tech, 24.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's locked. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Gilliam.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intention. Those guys are usually 245 pounds and exceeding the miss.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. And And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. Make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10.
Off.
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
How about that play by this defense? The offense trying to salt the game away with the lead. Defense makes the biggest play of the ball game, getting the pick, finding the end zone, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Boise State is putting on an offensive clinic, and about the only thing we haven't seen is the Statue of Liberty play. They're up by 17 over Kent State.
Back to the ground game on the left.
We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
On the option. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Quickly complete. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to spread it around, and now over 300 yards. Still some time left, and he can put up even bigger numbers. And heck, go chase some awards, man. Get some postseason awards. Get an All-American. Just put up a day.
Well, they get another big run for a first down, and if you're on offense, you love the way your offensive line is blocking early in this game. They're getting tremendous movement, and they're making life pretty easy for these running backs right now.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground with the back. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. They stop him right on the edge of the red zone and pick up a 5 to the 20. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Well, they came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and come.
Touchdown, Tar Heels! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punching in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
35. Georgia Tech. 31.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pick up on that one. And the Yellow Jackets want to pick up the tempo. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit them with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of
just steamrolling his way through. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10.
George E. Burdell.
He wants to throw it again. Tosses it incomplete.
This really has been a master class by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
This one's complete. And they'll finally get it down after a terrific pickup.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Got it in the and they finally pull him down, but not before the good catch and run. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield here.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss.
Okay, let me talk to him again.
Touchdown, Georgia Tech. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch, in those big moments, and right before the half, in the 4th quarter, late in the game, just like right here. You need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Unfortunate with that incompletion, the quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. Makes the catch, and he's brought down. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
Well, the defense finally showing some life there. It's been tough sledding, too, because this offense has been lighting them up through the air. But a nice individual effort that time, forcing the incompletion.
He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Throws to the wideout. Makes the catch past the sticks. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Makes the grab. It's Stevens. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late.
And that's why this QB's speed is such an asset. He can use it to his advantage, buy himself time to make a nice throw down the field.
Now the play fake. Finds the tight end. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory.
What a great individual effort here in this 2-minute situation. He makes the catch in the middle of the field. He knows he's got to find a way to stop the clock. The only way to do that is to get out of bounds. He uses his speed and his vision, and he's able to elude the defense to save some time.
Dances away from the heat. And the running back made the catch along the sideline, but he drifted out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
We're trying to get it to the running back. It's a really nice effort by him to try to make the catch. Just couldn't get a foot down in bounds. Incomplete.
On second down, wants to throw. Dances away to buy time.
Oh, he stopped running.
He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack. You avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, going up top. Steps away. Couldn't find anybody open, just threw it away, and that's a smart move. You want to avoid the turnover, especially in the red zone. It'll be fourth down. And they are coming out for what will be a huge field goal attempt. That is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
Well, that's one the kicker would love to have back. Trailing by 3 here in the fourth quarter, just didn't hit it as flush as he would have liked.
This one was a lot like a tennis